4 major headlines for you today. Tourism in California continues to grow. There's never been a better time to visit California. We have new ways to explore the Golden State, and I'll talk a little bit about our rolling out the red carpet for visitors with our All Dreams Welcome campaign. So that's what we'll be covering today, but I want to start with where we've been in terms of increases in tourism, and that is a very exciting news because our latest economic and really traveler impacts have come in for 2016, and now travelers are now spending for the 7th record consecutive year growth at $126 billion. So it's been an incredible economic engine for all these visitors. I hope we're fulfilling the experiences and dreaming big, and it really is powering local communities. As a matter of fact, even on the international front, we've seen growth at 17 million international visitors, and of course the propensity of spend and actual spend is much higher for our very important international visitors. Mexico and Canada remain 2 of our top international markets. China being our #1 overseas markets, followed by the UK, Australia, and Japan, and we still have holding steady some serious bread and butter markets like our European countries, of course, and others in Asia. The forecast bodes very well for us. We're still looking at sustained growth from 2017 to 2018, as you can see there, although we'll talk a little bit about what's a projected moderate dip out of the Mexico market, although what we've heard from a trade activation we just did, our friendship mission that we just came back from just last week, is that we see the booking cycle picking up in our markets of Canada and Mexico too. So it'll be interesting to see where we net out with that final number for the year. What we're focused on, and a very exciting milestone for us, is the year 2021, with a projected forecast of visitor trips reaching and exceeding 300 million for California. What's powering that and gives us sustained growth, frankly, and lift, pardon the pun, is our partnerships with our airlines. And just last year, we saw 11.2% increase in overall lift from airlines throughout the world. So that is definitely a big factor in sustaining our growth, particularly from our overseas markets, obviously. The next slide, I think, is very interesting because we have 26 commercial airports servicing all over California. And I think this slide is important because you can see the access for visitors from around the world getting from north to south and beyond the gateways, part of the gateways, but it's quite a network for us to be able to service our international visitors in particular. And I just want to take note of a major partner and accessibility issue right on the border. This is a world-class public-private partnership, the CBX, that brings travelers in from Tijuana Airport and an airport crossing right into San Diego. That alone handled 2 million passengers this past year. It's very unique, and we think it's both literally and figuratively a metaphor in terms of building bridges and keeping that growth sustained for California. Beyond air, we've got other incredible announcements in terms of modes of transportation. The Test Loop now that has been launched, which is a great, innovative shared ride service, providing affordable city-to-city transfers with our eco-friendly Teslas. And they're serving some major gateways in addition to, for example, Palm Springs and Santa Barbara. We also have the country's largest infrastructure project happening right in the LA region, $50 billion to expand metro connectivity, including LAX. In addition to that, we just can't talk about infrastructure without mentioning our famed iconic gem, Highway 1. The good news is, and I remember this last year, talking about the drought. The drought is officially completely over, and we had a lot of rainfall, it filled up our reservoirs, our lakes. We even have year-round skiing this year out of the Lake Tahoe region because we got so much snow. But as an outcome of that, some of the rain gave us some sustained damage on Highway 1 in particular. And so we're looking at a situation of, while we have over 600 miles of coastline for that area open, we have a midsection that is closed at least through September or for the next several months. The good news, though, it is very much open, and the commercial areas and the biggest sites and attractions that Highway 1, supports and visitors are interested in are still very much open. And so what you can see here, and we put this on your chair in front of you, there is right there, I can see it right in front of you. There's a little trifold right there underneath your coffee, but it's great. It talks about the fact that the best of the attractions are open down through iconic Big Sur on the northern terminus that support places like Monterey, of course, and the Bixby Bridge, and Point Sur Light Station, and of course Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park. And then, of course, on the southern side of the terminus of Highway 1 is still very much open with some of the greatest attractions like our elephant seal rookery, as well as Morro Bay, Cayucos, and of course, let's not forget the gem of them all, Hearst Castle, still very much open for business. What you get is in between, we've added and really wanted to highlight Highway 101, which now connects the northern and southern terminus of Highway 1 with some incredible, perhaps hidden gems that we as locals in California have always enjoyed along the Highway 101 corridor, but incredible wineries. Of course, the city of Paso Robles is known for its hot springs, as well as rich winemaking and even olive oil production, as well as the latest national park, Pinnacles National Park, is connected through this Highway 101 detour. So check it out. We're very excited, but we definitely wanted to communicate how we're approaching the visitation of that scenic coast, Highway 1, and then connectivity through Highway 101. As I mentioned, there has not been a better time to visit California than now. Just even since last year, there's been millions and millions of new developments in terms of our treasure chest full of attractions like SeaWorld, Disney, Knott's Berry Farm, Legoland have all added some incredible new attractions. We even have incredible shopping experiences, like Beverly Center is going through a $500 million renovation plan. And frankly, we have 85 new hotels under construction that'll be coming online throughout this year, adding 17,000 new rooms. And in fact, 18 of these are pure luxury resort, destination resort spas. So very exciting, so many other developments throughout California. And of course, this supports our luxury campaign that we launched last year with a $4 million media buy, and also supported through our own channels and earned channels. So please check out some of the luxury experiences that we have and how we're rolling that out and really supporting it through what we call the golden state of luxury, because it's a little bit different than perhaps other destinations, with a laid back flair, without pretension, and we're very excited about the golden state of luxury and our partnership with Time Inc., as well as many Condé Nast titles. In addition to that, new ways to explore California and really bring the destination to life. A few years ago, we launched our own dedicated network with our partners, Google and YouTube, for a pure California dedicated content platform. It's been incredibly successful. We've now developed 115 content pieces, as well as seen 164 million views, which is frankly equal to half of all Twitter users. And we continue to develop content because really there is no new destination in all of the world. It's really how you bring inspiration to our visitors and how you package it. And we are truly and humbly an embarrassment of riches, and it's really about us storytelling on how people continue to experience the destination. As a native and living in California most of my life, I still have yet to see the best and the greatest and the richness of authentic experiences that are transformational. The other piece we launched with our content partners, Time Inc., is called California 101 this year. And this is moving further down the funnel of kind of the how-to versus more of the inspiration and aspiration that you saw with just the Johnny Mosley series. So we're particularly thrilled in connecting what we see and what our input mechanisms have seen of what prospective visitors want most and how to access California, and that's why it's called California 101. So I just want to show you one content piece around 101, and it features the Channel Islands, but it gives you an idea because we'll be doing a whole series throughout northern, southern, central California, all parts of California, but really driven by visitor interests, our All Dreams Welcome initiative. Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion, and there's been a lot of discussion around in social media channels. We have new elected leadership in Washington, and there's, really sentiment issues that have kind of peaked when you experience new elected leadership. And it's something that we thought it was important to really double down on our messaging platform about really rolling out the red carpet and our sincerity here in California, the West Coast, of nothing's changed, and we are exceptionally humbled and pleased to have visitors from all over the world coming and visiting California. We thought it was very important, and we wanted to understand the issue a little bit more, so our board took a very bold step to allocate over $1 million to really wrap and provide a halo effect around not only our brand positioning of dreaming big, but to support this year's global launch of our global Living the Dream campaign that you saw right up front. So we put together with some of our partners an All Dreams Welcome initiative that really steps out in front of our $70 million global advertising and brand messaging strategy, and seeks to support that through both paid, owned, and earn and trade activation channels. We were thrilled also with the research that came back, because we found that a majority, literally 56%, actually find California more welcoming than maybe some of our other parts, and really juxtaposed against perhaps narrative rhetoric and what happens in other channels. And really surprising that Mexico led the way with some of our other countries at 69%. It was very encouraging. We worked with the same research firm as Brand USA ORC to really understand that issue. So as I mentioned, it's really three-tiered, and it's more of a hashtag California All Dreams Welcome, a social campaign that is also supported through these other channels. Part of that is partnerships with our gateway communities in principle, but we also took a very bold and unprecedented step for the first time ever to do a diplomatic friendship mission just last week down to Mexico and Canada with 10 destinations, many that are in the audience here. Activation with the CEO of Aeromexico, and a new promotional launch with our friends at Aeromexico, as well as then moving on to Canada. One of the centerpieces of this campaign was to create a content piece with and be able to roll that up through our owned and earned channels, as well as our friends at Facebook, to really get that message in front of just what is already a very authentic campaign through our big dream positioning, our dream big positioning. I'm going to show you this content piece, but what I love the most about it is that it was put together from real visitors experiencing California from all over the world, and really through their lens and their filter of what is fulfilling in terms of living the dream. So part of the activation, which was most thrilling to me, is that we actually had 3 gateway mayors traveling with us, and that was unprecedented. We've never in 25 years been supported by the top elected leadership in an in-market trade activation sense. And so it was positioned a little bit differently in terms of it being more of that re-engagement, friendship offering, diplomatic mission, and having also the financial support from our 4 gateway communities that are, of course, very much involved, and of course our bigger destinations throughout California. I just want to share with you, and you've heard some of what San Francisco's doing, focusing on their Summer of Love campaign. They also came out with a content piece, and Mayor Lee was traveling with us and launched and showed and shared their version of welcoming everybody to our beautiful Bay Area, San Francisco. In all sincerity, it is a statewide effort, and Los Angeles also was very much involved in this effort. They put together their own invitation of welcoming everyone, and in just the last few weeks, that content piece has seen over 19 million video views. It's been incredible, just all of us rallying together. Well, in key markets, we're supporting the launch of new routes principally, so a lot of it is rooted in the destination partner, and then us supporting that to both on a short-term and a long-term level to make sure the planes are full, so activations.